Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to episode 18 of our Kentum playthrough. Now, today's episode is a special episode because it is Trash Day. We're going to go deep into the trash jungle and we're going to show you where to find those rice bulbs so you can make the rice powder. So rice powder in tow, fungal things in tow, yeast, hydro bulbs, cognitive fluid type C, baby. That's right. Today we start our cognitive fluid type C journey. Yeah, I'm a little bit excited because that's the next big part. Now, hold on a minute, right? Here's where I messed up and I hope you don't mess up. So cognitive fluid type C requires those elements I just talked about. I thought that in order to be able to I talked about it last episode, but I thought that you needed the advanced farm plot to farm those rice balls. I was very wrong, okay? You don't. You need it for the fungal plants, okay? You need it for the fungal plants. But the fungal plants, you don't require as many to make cognitive fluid type C as you do of the rice balls, rice bulbs, whatever. So keep that in mind, okay? You could very easily set up a rice bulb farm and then go and get the spores you need and then come back and do that. Alright, you don't need to do what I did, which is to get the next solo of the crafting tree, and I was like, oh man, I feel like a total fool. But to be fair, it probably it probably did affect me quite a bit because I find that that's my limiter right now. I could have already been farming the rice bulbs since right now and accumulating those prior to me having to do anything else. I have unlocked a lot of accessories. I just wanted to look at them in the wardrobe. You can see I can't craft a lot of them because I need cloth and other stuff, and I don't want to waste my materials. But yeah, based on the level of exploration and what I've unlocked and what you need to grow the next set, I think I can safely say now that I skipped ahead. So what I mean by that is the hive exploration probably should take place after I explore the trash area, because the bulbs require a lesser technology to grow versus the fungal seeds, right? So it makes sense that you are supposed to find the rice bulbs before you find the fungal plants. Also, the Kent cube is supposed to be unlocked after the hook shot. And the area in the jungle doesn't necessarily require the hook shot. You do need to have the light in the jungle area because it actually works just like those creatures. Remember we talked about this a couple of episodes ago. If you walk around with the creatures, it opens and lowers things. Turns out just having your light on does the same thing, right? So yeah, that's what I think is the natural progression of the game, is to go into the trash jungle first, explore that, unlock the rice bulbs, start farming the rice bulbs, and then go into the hive and do the exploring. I just did it all backwards. The other reason I think that's the case is because silica is found in the hive, and that's a necessary part of the last part of the technology tree. So yeah, I think I did it all wrong, but whatever, it is what it is. We still got there in the end, maybe with a little bit more time wasted, and that's about it. I was curious as to what the heck I had unlocked to see if I could, what I could make and different things. And one thing I did notice here is in the recipes, I should have been making cooking stoves. So I passed that on to you now. I hope you're not following along and doing exactly what I'm doing. The cooking stove is ridiculously important. It unlocks recipes, and those recipes give you buffs. You can get defense up, rare items or treasures found, better drops, that kind of stuff, more speed. So I'm like, oh man, really? But I guess I should have expected that. I'm just getting Terraria. You can do that with the food, but to be honest, I'm really bad at that, so I just never bothered to check it out. So passing it on to you, you should really make a cooking stove as quickly as possible and start getting those food buffs, which is great. This game, to me, it feels like I'm going to do another playthrough now that I know everything and I know kind of the steps to unlock and where everything is, I can just make a beeline for those things and unlock the stuff that I know I'm going to need versus the stuff that I'm not. Funny thing, I don't know if the Kent cube is necessary for anything yet. That's the one thing I haven't, like, I keep thinking about it, like, well, what do I see now? There's like, oh, okay, I need a creature to come help me out, right? To be able to unlock that area, and I can keep going. Those spiky things, dude, I swear, they're the most annoying thing in the universe. But then I thought to myself, well, I don't even know how I came up with the idea of using the light. I don't know. I think it was just a coincidence. I was like, what the heck is going on? And that's how I came across the realization that you can use your light to function the same as these creatures, which is kind of cool. So here we unlock another cosmetic item that I'm not going to craft, the bounce pad. Actually, that's not true. This is not a cosmetic item. This is a useful item in your base as you build your base up. So the base doesn't build wide very well. It builds up quite well, right? So here's where your rice bulbs are, literally one screen away. So I navigated through the top. If you remember correctly, I raced across the top. I never bothered to go down here. And that's where the rice bowls were. I almost kicked myself in the pants, I swear. But you know why? That's the fun of video games, right? You're discovering new ways to do things, and figuring out, wow, I should have been doing that. I should have been doing this all along, and I didn't do it. Which is fine. I think that's the part of the fun of video games. Alright, so the next part here is I need to unlock the fast travel point to this area. Yeah, you heard that correctly. There's a fast travel point here in this area. And there's a bunch of new creatures to scan. Here's one of them, creepy ass creature. So you can scan both the little creatures they release, which don't harm you, they just slow you. And then there's other creatures with a snout on them. They also don't hurt you. The ones that hurt you are the flying things that they'll spit at you. Those are the ones that hurt you. The trick here is that they're kind of like symbiotic. One slows you, it makes it harder for you to get away. And these things hit you with a couple of those spit arrows and they just hurt you. Those things hurt you. But they're a really good source of crustacean shells. And you're going to need those. There it is. They die with one hit. So, not a big deal. They die with one charged up hit. They do not go over the edges, and their damage is minimal. They kiss you somehow, and they hurt you, and then they run away. It's really funny. So they're not like a huge threat, right? But they're a threat nonetheless. You know what you're swarmed by those. So here, I collected the rice balls in this area. You saw me already. Up on the top, there's explodey plants, so careful with those. You don't want to, smash those, but you want to scan these. Is there another of the biotech fillings? Those are really cool. They don't give you much except the conduits, right? Conductive fibers. But so you can make those now, which is pretty cool. Necessary for the next step of the crafting. There's more of those stupid spitty thingies. Those are probably the most dangerous things here in this area out of everything that I've run into, the crustaceans or whatever. You can keep exploring upwards, by the way, if you kind of keep the little thing on you yourself. Yep, that's the problem. If you uncover the fact about the light, then this area becomes so easy, much easier. Quick tip about the light. You don't need it to explore the dark areas. And in a later episode, probably like episode 19 or maybe 20, I'm not sure, I will show you what I mean by that. You don't need it because you can always use your scan, this, and this lights up the area around you. And you can see what's around you. So yeah, it's a really, if you want to venture down into the darkness, go ahead and you can do it now. The only problem is you run into like these really creepy spiders that do a bunch of damage, so I guess my recommendation is to not do that until you have at least 80 health. But here we go, more rice bulbs. Yeah, man, I was so sad with myself because I always thought, man, why are there so few fungal nodes, but so many rice bulbs? Well, it turns out you need a crap ton of rice bulbs. 4 of them, I think, to craft a seed, which I guess I could have unlocked the seed thing in the monolith, but you know, hindsight's 2020 right now. But we are going to unlock the fast travel point, although I'm not sure if I get to it here. I hope I did. I wasn't gonna feel like a ninny. The fast travel point was just right there. The problem is I keep trying to go above everything, and going above everything doesn't really help in this area, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to, yep, those things are going cuckoo bananas. You might be wondering what happened. Dude, I turned on my light by accident. That's what happened. Rewind the tape and look at it again. I turned on my light by accident, and that caused those creatures to go freaking apeshit on me. Here's another thing you have to scan. Scan those creatures, scan these things. You're gonna need lemon bulbs. You're gonna need these also, which I grabbed but did not scan. These are your oil bulbs. So we found them too. Oil bulbs, yay, you know. But don't forget to scan them. My light's still on, right? And I kept wondering, why are those things? And there it goes. I figured out what was going on. The creatures react to light. So if you have your light on, they're gonna come after you like full throttle. If your light's off, they don't care about you. It's really cool. So they not only react to light, they react to those floaty thingies. Right? So if one of those floaty thingies are near them, they react aggressively, which is the same thing as reacting to the light. Cool, huh? So yeah, you found out something new. These things don't hurt you, so I was like, oh, okay, the little creatures drop bones, the big ones are all crustaceans. This is like crustacean land, so that's where the majority of them drop. Stuff to make crustaceans, shells, and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna keep going. I'm exploring the hive again. That's really my main purpose right now. I'm gonna get to the areas I didn't go to when I was zooming across the top. You are running into one more thing here that I don't know if we get to scan it. There's trash deposits, but I think those in the surface. Not in this area. So here's this thing, and I was like, what the heck is this? I can't use it. It's right here. I can't scan it. This is one of those phase drive things that I still haven't figured out how to use it. I think it's just a teleportation device. That's what I think. I just haven't figured out how to actually activate them. So I'm like, okay, well in the meantime, I guess they're just gonna, I thought maybe I had to feed it one of these things or something it was gonna activate, but it didn't. So it made me a little sad, especially because, you know, I was hoping it would be a little bit more clear as to what I needed to do, and it wasn't, so it is what it is, I guess. And those spitty things, I need to find a better way of dealing with them. I guess I could just block them. Shouldn't be that hard. But they're so slow, and they fire twice, and then they take a while to, you know, spit at you again. So they do damage, but if you kind of, you know, and they get blocked by terrain, so it becomes kind of easy. These guys are more annoying than anything else, to be honest. Those little spikes, because they push you backwards, which I don't like. So yeah, the trash area, right? It's really interesting. You do have to make sure that when you're traversing where it is you're going, yep, I know. So just get rid of it, dude. But I know how to do that. So Rocco, jump, dash, always get you where you need to be. It's an easy way of doing that. Pick up everything you see, those things again, and I keep wondering, why the heck are they coming after my butt? And I still hadn't figured it out. I thought I had, but no. It's because they're want to kill those creatures that are human creatures. They don't like them for whatever reason. The good news is they don't do that much damage. They do some damage, but they're not like huge amounts of damage. So it's not that big of a problem. And I keep forgetting to scan the oil bulbs. It's very nice, dude. Very nice. I have my light on, if you've noticed, and I'm turning the batteries. I keep forgetting to turn my light off. It's happened because you press down on the left control button, so you kind of I always forget to do that. Here's where the cube comes in handy. It's a little shortcut down to the other area, and I really like the way the light looks in this game, by the way. Just it's more of a what could you call it? Not a cultural thing, but it's like just a FYI, I guess you could say. So I hadn't unlocked the fast travel point here yet. I hadn't found it. But if you saw that area with the rice balls, if you explore that area a little bit better than I did on the bottom, you'll find it. You'll find it. It's right there. It's easy to get to. You just have to be looking for it. And in that area, you can grab the fast travel point to easily get there. Now, is it that hard to get there normally? No, it really isn't. But, you know, it's just something that makes it even quicker to get where you need to go. So here's another cosmetic item that I unlocked. This one's found by just going across and down using your Ken cube. I had already unlocked this. This was the t-shirt I brought. So yeah, I hope you guys hope I helped you out today, because that rice plant was a big issue with me, and so I'm really happy that we found it, and we're able to get cognitive fluid type C going now to craft the next step of the tree. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't try to go for advanced seed farming first. You don't need to. I would unlock the lower level cognitive fluids first, start planting your rice bulbs and start getting that. Then when you need the fungal, go out and grab them and then come back, because I'm pretty sure you only need one to craft a cognitive fluid type C. Anyway, the farming for the next step for the fungal spores and the rice balls took me so freaking long, because I was going out and trying to farm rice balls to make 20 cognitive fluid type C, because I thought that's what was necessary for me to be able to start planting stuff and start generating resources. So I said I'll just do a shortcut. So now my horrible mistake is a nugget of wisdom to you, because it definitely proved to be a big thorn in my side. I could have been much more efficient in this particular area. There's a lot of gameplay that's coming up that's going to be cut, and I apologize, but a lot of the next phases of the game were me farming and collecting, so I'm not going to include that unless I found something particularly interesting in an area. So we do go back to fight the hive boss, and I get killed, but that's okay. And we do unlock some more things along the way, but we're nearing the end game is what I'm getting. We're nearing the end game, which I'm not quite sure what that is. So there's 3 bosses to defeat. I've defeated 1. As far as I can tell, there's another one in the hive, and there's one in the jungle that I've run into. I did go into the darkness caverns. In a couple of more episodes, you'll see that. I went down to the darkness, but I guess for that's like the last step of all of this. It's kind of what I'm understanding, because you unlock a different type of ore. So anyway, I'm prattling. The point being that if you're watching this and you haven't started yet on cognitive fluid type C, then just know that you can plant rice bulbs in normal farm plots. You don't need the advanced ones. Don't be stupid like me and have to accumulate 20 of the cognitive fluid type C thinking that. So no. The spores you do, however, you need less spores in order to get cognitive fluid type C going. And fungal spores are really not used, at least so far as I can tell. It only unlocked more of my health, which was great, and then cognitive fluid type C is the other big one, right? Alright, so that's gonna do it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. It's Thanksgiving week, so I want to try my hardest to edit videos prior to me being out of town. I usually go back home for Thanksgiving, and I'm traveling Wednesday through Sunday, so even though I have my laptop with me, I try not to work during those time periods. It's just a lot, right? So if I don't upload anything, then I'll let you guys know. And if I do, then you'll be seeing a couple of... I'm for sure going to be able to upload at least a couple of episodes before I head on out. So thank you so much for watching. Pay attention properly to the next steps of your tree. Make sure you have the electric torch unlocked, your Kent cube unlocked. You're going to need them for the next phase of the exploration. And in the next episode, we're going to go try to defeat the hive boss again and then venture out deeper into the trash jungle. You need to, because you need to unlock more materials that are over there. Alright, take it easy, everybody.